You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You've just crossed over into the Sabres Zone.
Hi folks, welcome to the Sabres Zone. This is a video on the channel, if you're new, that discusses what you had to say. Yes, I'm calmer now. Don't be thin-skinned. I was just throwing my frustration out there. It's nothing against you guys. But it ticks me off when all these rumors happen and I see our fans stupid. It just drives me nuts because our fans that have half a brain wouldn't do these things. All right, let's take a look at the clip. We'll talk a bit about it. Here it comes. And shout out goes to Raheem Gaines, and Raheem with another logical post, which he always puts. Raheem says, grit matters. They have the skill, but the grit is missing. Yes, this is actually one of the best posts I've seen the entire year on my entire channel. This says it all. Yes, Raheem, this is what exactly is missing. But it's nothing to panic about because, guys, I'd rather have to look for grit. I think, Raheem, you'll agree with this. I'd rather have to find grit than find scoring. You know what I mean? I feel like we got the talent now. Like you're saying, we have the skill. You're saying the skill, not the talent. The skill, we do. We have the skill set of a good offensive team now. What we need around us is a few police officers, right? That take care of business. And if you're thinking of taking a shot at Tage from behind, I'm going to get you. And if you think you're going to run Cousins from behind, well, he's going to punch you out anyway, but I'm going to get you too. Like, we need a few guys like that. We don't have to have like Dave Schultz. We don't need these kind of guys. I'm not saying that. But what we do need, we need some guys that are out there. Matt Martin comes to mind every time I make this video, talk about this Raheem. Every time I make a video like this, I think of Matt Martin. He would be the perfect, clean, physical guy that we could get. You know, he's clean, he's not a dirty hitter, but he hits everything. And if I'm right, he's led the league in hitting the last 10 years combined. It's like, if you combine it all, I'm sure it's Matt Martin. Like, you know. Another name comes into the picture is Lawson Crouse. Like, these guys that have some offensive skill and play a bruiser game at the same time. I love that type of game. I do. Because that's, when you think of the playoffs, you think of physical play. You don't think of just scoring and pretty plays. That's the regular season. That's not the playoffs. People always wonder, why is the playoffs always so different? Why? Because they're trying to win a championship, folks. That's why they're trying to win a championship. Things change. When the Stanley Cup's on the line, things change. And things will change, I think, this year again. We're going to see some team surprise us in the playoffs. That is really not a very physical team. Turn it up a notch and make a lot of damage in the playoffs. And that could be us. It could be. But we'd have to get there and do it, Raheem, before I'll believe it with my own eyes. You know, I need to see it. You could tell me you went to a time machine, guy. You could tell me you went to a time machine. You went with Marty McFly, and you went into the future, and you seen that the Sabres won all these Stanley Cups and were one of the most physical teams in hockey. And I'm not going to believe you, even though I've seen Back to the Future. I'm just not going to believe it. I have to see with my own eyes this team turn this lingering problem around. And once they do, folks, we're going to be way more proud of our team. If you're a proud Sabres fan now, imagine when we're fearless. Think of those days. Not now, where we're mistake prone. This is a mistake prone young team, which it's normal. People say, well, I'm sick of hearing the excuse, it's because we're young. Well, then maybe take time off, go play pinball, come back in 2 years, you might get your wish then. I mean, this is the best advice I can give any Sabres fan. You're going to have to be patient. But look at the signs. If you don't want to be patient, look at the signs. The highest scoring team in hockey for like how long? 40-something games. The highest scoring, let that sink in. The highest scoring team in the entire NHL, the youngest team in the entire NHL, and the lowest paid all at the same time. Just an incredible story this year. But the problem with that is we become too reliant on it. Teams turn it up a notch. They get more physical down the stretch, and then the Sabres just aren't damn ready. They're not ready. And you're going to walk into a building like maybe San Jose, and we're going to be confused why we didn't have a chance to win that game, let's say, if we lose tomorrow. And we go in there and we look not ready to beat them. It's most likely because they're laying the body on us and we just don't know what to do. And until those days change, there's going to be heartbreak. There's going to be frustration. There's going to be, my videos, as small as my channel is, the boards are going to light up with people pissed off and talking about, damn it, man, I'm sick of this every year. So am I, I'm sick of it too. I don't think I'm not. Life is short, folks. I'm 59 now. Of course I want to see them make the playoffs. My entire 50s, I haven't seen them make the playoffs. I haven't seen them win a series since I'm like early 40s. Of course I want to see them make, of course. I can't give up on my team, so that's out the window. I can't not watch hockey. I love the game too damn much. So yeah, I've been watching hockey all these years, whether it be when I was cheering for the tank, because I was a tanker. I wanted the Sabres to tank back then. I thought we'd get McDavid. I had my eyes on McDavid since the time he was around 12, 13 out here. I was watching this kid. I don't know if you guys knew about him in the States. We knew about him out here. Believe me, we knew about him. We knew about Connor Bedard years ago. And Bedard is, as far as I'm concerned, not near the prodigy that I thought McDavid was then. But I could be wrong. Let's just see what Bedard turns into. Bedard's going to be awesome. Tell you folks, whatever team gets Connor Bedard, and I don't think, I'll throw the teams out there, I don't think we'll get him. I don't think Chicago will get him. I don't think, there's just teams, I'll do a video on that eventually. I'll tell you who I'm pulling for to get him is Arizona. I want Arizona to get him because that's a franchise that is hurting more than any other franchise in the entire league. They're hurting way more than Chicago. Chicago's got their cups. They're good for the next 40 years. They're fine. Like this team in Arizona, this is on life support. You see their arena. This is a team on life support. What a story that would be if they got Connor Bedard and then Austin Matthews went over there a short year later, right? Just something to think about. But getting back to what Raheem's talking about, because I tend to get sidetracked, Raheem, is that the Sabres can address this issue in the next few weeks. I think that's what a lot of us want. I think that's what a lot of us want to see happen. I'm seeing more and more Sabres fans, and I don't think it's because I say it in my videos. I think a lot of you have opened your eyes to this. And you're looking and say, okay, what's Wayne always bitching about? Let me see, And then you go and you look at the box score and you see 7 hits, 6 hits, 5 hits. You're like, what is this? It's hard to miss that when the league is soft. Because we're in the soft era, folks. This is the soft era, this NHL. It is. This is the pillow era. The down pillow era is what I call this era sometimes. It really is. It's a down pillow. That's what's going on with the league. The league is just soft now. Not come playoff time, though. That's one thing I love about hockey. Is that the team that wins the Stanley Cup this year, I guarantee you, will be tossing 35 to 40 hits a night. I guarantee you, or unsubscribe from my channel and sue me. Throw me a lawsuit. Do a class action on me. I'm telling you, this is the way it breaks down. Can we get this done at the deadline? Yes. There's rumors now. They were talking about Lawson Krause, I noticed on the Buffalo Sabres channel today, and I didn't know that because they put him under contract, right? And I was thinking, my goodness, is it really possible they would move this guy? He's young. He's a good power forward. Why would Arizona actually move him? Unless they're just going so crazy in their mind with draft picks. I don't know. I doubt they move him, but stranger things can happen. Chychrun, we all know they're trying to move. Chychrun, they're going to move. So that's pretty much a done thing. And would it be something if the Sabres somehow swung getting Chychrun and Krause somehow in a huge deal with Arizona? I'll let you guys do the mock trades. You guys can go there. I'll listen to all of them. If we get those two players, I'll listen. Whatever you want to trade. Can't be one of the main core. It really can't be. I don't want to lose Tuck. And, I don't want to lose guys like Quinn and Peterka. These guys I want to see stay in Buffalo. But guys that are in the minors, a Johnson, Portillo. These are things we can move that have value, that we can somehow get at least something, we throw it in to make the package bigger, and we're giving them a gigantic box of stuff for two guys. You know, we throw like 5 pieces at them. Let's say Portillo, Johnson, the 2 seconds, we'll say 2 seconds, a first round pick that we have down in the minors, maybe a second round pick the year after. I don't know, we can talk about it. There's a lot you can toss at a team that's willing to try and move guys. I'd be surprised if they're trying to move Lawson Krause though, guys. I just don't think it's realistic. Be very surprised, because it's a perfect young piece you want to have in your fold as you're building a team. I'd be very surprised, unless he's went up to management and said, I'd like to be traded, and they're keeping it hush. Who knows? All right, so that's my take on this, Raheem. You're right on, you're spot on with this. Yes, we have the skill. Yes, we need the grit. But in my books, grit will be able to be easier attained if we look for it. So I want to see if we're going to look for it, guys, at the end of the year. Sorry, at the deadline, not the end of the year, the deadline. If we have to go towards the end of the year and after the playoffs and free agency to get it, we'll see then. I'd rather get it in a trade deadline, because guys, I honestly believe Levi's going to get signed soon, and I think we got to move Portillo, and I think we're going to move Portillo and Johnson. I just do. I think we're going to move these guys. If we don't, that means talks are going good. That's one thing I'll say. Talks are going good if we don't move those 2 guys, so we'll see. All right, done. I'm canceling it there for the night. I'll get out there. I'm going to edit now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to ensure Dimension access.